Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Urfspace Live with me, your host, Chuck Whelan. I'll be joined today by my co-host, Mr. Dale Sibley. He has a rant for us today about money and politics. I'll keep politics out of it, mostly about money, and probably about Zardoz. And there's a bit in Circle of Iron that we're going to talk about where there's a naked man in a golden pot, like a naked hippie meets a naked man in a golden pot. And Dale Sibley's going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about the movie Field in England. That's one of my favorite movies. Dale doesn't like it, so we'll discuss that. We might discuss the new Superman movie. We went to see that last week. Was that last week? I forgot. Maybe that was 2 weeks ago. And we're going to discuss. We're going to discuss the new movie that's coming out or come out, The Fantastic Four, which we haven't seen yet, but we're going to go and see. So we'll talk about our expectations of that. And we noticed that Fantastic Four has futuristic robots in it. So we're going to draw futuristic robots, including Chinese robots. There are now Chinese robots that can carry your shopping and follow you around, play with your kids. So we're going to look at those too. So that's all what we've got coming up for you today on Urfspace Live. All right, that means the titles now, please. All right, here we are. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I've got my. All right, I'm just getting used to all this. I'm talking to you like right in the camera there in front of me. Slightly new setup. Been organising things around now. So hopefully, my producer is here and he's going to bring up my co-host now. Everybody, welcome, Mr. Dale Sibley. Oh, there you go. That worked. That was good. Now I look over there. See, hi, Dale. See, now I'm looking over at you.
This is nice. This is almost like a professional show.
Now we're sort of facing each other more. We can do a sort of head-to-head debate.
Yeah, like you listen to me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is I stare at the lamp. I'm gonna have to like print out a picture of your head and put it on my lamp so I can pretend to talk to you. Today's show is brought to us by the beverage Tea's Tea Organic Golden Oolong. We get no sponsorship money from them. We just really like it.
And also by the book Astro Kitty in Urfspace. That's a new book. That's a new book from Planet Earth Entertainment that you might be interested in.
Now, is that technically a sell sheet?
Here it is. Yeah, that's my new Astro Kitty Urfspace spell sheet. I've been making. Oh, look, the whole book's completely blank. Look, there's a blank page in the middle. If you buy a signed, if you're a Kickstarter backer, a signed copy of this is on its way to you now. Wait,
Really?
yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you're too late, if you were like expecting something, people, even if you filled out your survey, I found out where you live and I sent it to you. All right, here's the book. Check it out, everybody. Cool. Yeah, it's 144 pages. It's a big fat book. I don't know. It's really sort of like two books in one. It's the story of Astro Kitty, which is a sort of shorter book, and then it's Astro Kitty and Space Gen sketchbooks. So, that's out there. That's available now from Planet Earth Entertainment. Retailers can get that, and we have a lot of other books from Planet Earth Entertainment too. Hang on.
Now, will that be available at Silver Sprocket or Mission Comics?
I hope it will definitely be available at Silver Sprocket because they back my Kickstarter as a whatchamacallit. So there you go. Urfspace Heroes. I'm not going to bother you with all of them, but there we go. So I'll be making these. That's been one of my tasks this week. Is getting these cell sheets together, and I've also got them for like things like Rob's book, Star and the Space Princess. There's a way I can do this. Where's the Star and the Space Princess? Got a whole bunch of Pufel books. I can't find it now. Oh, there it's I had it. Okay. There we are. The Star and the Space Princess by Robert L. McCarthy. That one's out there. Now with fewer typos.
The typos are what makes them collectible.
Like you prove something. Literally, there's a typo on the back cover, and there was a typo on the first page.
Typos are what makes them collectible.
It's so hard reading books. I mean, I learned it in product packaging. When you do product packaging, there's always something. It's just, and that's just a package. Like in a book, there's so many typos, it's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, I guess computers sort of help us get it, but it's a word. We had though instead of through, and then on the last sentence on the back cover also had a typo. It was missing like a B. What could be better than that? I mean, it's funny how like blind you get. You're sort of looking at everywhere, and you sort of don't look at the obvious places or something. So I just thought I'll just have a little look at it, and like it's been a while. It's been like I've rested on it. It's not like I've got through the panic of sort of working on it and doing that. And I thought I'd try and just sort of read through it and enjoy it. And literally the first page, I find a typo. So that's booked for you, but it's fixed now. So so anyway, if you got one of the early copies, and it's actually been one of our bestsellers, Planet Earth. If you got that book, you've got one of the rare typo copies, like a penny black stamp where there was only one printed or something. All right, that's enough cell sheets. Let's get on with some drawing. Okay, yeah. So my producer was pointing out to me that I spend too much time chattering.
Wait. Present the cell sheets one more time.
What's that? You want cell sheets back again?
We'll just like put them up and present them one more time so you can get a good clip.
Oh well, I do. Okay, yeah. Well, I should do. I could do a clip. Well, let me just do this one then. Okay. So here we go. Can
Hello,
you see
producer. That? Charles always ignores me.
All right. There we go. This one's Urfspace Cartoons of the Future. This book I drew 2018 and 2019, and this was one of the first of my projects I got into a book in 2020. I started on my sort of epic marathon of putting things into books. I thought, I had enough of these for books, so I did that. Yeah, there's a whole lot of books. I got a whole lot of products now, and now I'm really sort of trying to make a push to get them out there. I don't know what you can do, but they're all, if you're a retailer, they're all available through Ingram Spark at standard wholesale discount. Ingram catalog. And Urfspace Cartoon of the Future is I call it my manifesto book. It's ideas of the future. Lots of little science fiction short stories, I would say. It's a book. I always like to do science fiction short stories, little ideas. So these are all little science fiction ideas of the future. and well, they're single panel cartoons. And then I expanded it a little bit in the subsequent books, Earthspace Heroes, Earthspace Beyond, where I sort of explore around the boundaries of Earthspace. Then we have the Future Sounds of Earthspace, which is the Earthspace album, with album of music, and that introduces Astro Kitty and the Earthspace 5, and then now we have Astro Kitty and Earthspace. Astro Kitty being the lead singer of the band, the Earthspace 5, and her friend and companion, Space Jen, the Space Cadet, who's also a character who appears throughout all these books. And actually, if you go in Earthspace, you'll see there's the prototypes there for Astro Kitty and Space Jen. So there you go. That's the whole little Earthspace oeuvre at this point. So Earthspace, we've got 4 albums and a book. Pupil, we've got 5 books, but we've got Pupil Volume 0 coming out soon. I think that's sort of my next project. Is getting back on with Pupil and stuff a bit now.
I like
All right.
As well as
I like the Urfspace books because I've seen your commercial work where you were restrained by the requirements of an art director, but your Urfspace stuff is extremely personal and it follows your whims.
Yes, I was very light and easy. I didn't work too hard on it. I was really trying to do it as lightly as possible as well.
Yeah, I mean,
just let things sort of flow out in a way that sort of
yeah. If you're a cartoon fan or you're a clinical psychologist, it's an interesting book. What the hell was that? Okay, I'm not going to be on this show if there's a laugh track.
Right.
Kill the laugh track. What the hell?
We're basically just here to do clips, so yeah.
I'm not being on a show with a laugh track.
Oh yeah, are you against laugh tracks? Lemon really hates laugh tracks. I don't care. I know. Totally fake laugh tracks. Studio audience. We've got a studio audience. We've just got a very the laugh track is like your paid producer.
We're paying Charles. When the hell did we start doing that?
Look, it's very easy. All you have to do is you have to meet a girl, get her in bed, marry her, live with her for some years till you have a kid with her. Well, you might have to go through some fertility treatments. This day and age, you might have to go through some fertility treatments to get. Then you raise them for like 20 years or so until they're properly baked, and then then you teach them how to use the computer.
Wait.
And then you'll be able to. Then you'll magically be able to get sounds on your podcast.
Wait. Does Tina know that she was seduced? I wanted to talk to Tina about this. I thought Tina was too smart to be seduced. Oh God. No porn stack.
Well, I didn't have her watch A Field in England.
Yeah, that's definitely.
Fortunately, that movie wasn't around.
It's definitely not.
But, she did watch some things, and I was like, "Oh no, she's cool. She likes good things."
It's not a date film.
But the trouble is that Tina doesn't have a very high tolerance for bullshit. I don't know. I mean, unless it's like
unless she's married to
family
it.
Drama
or raising it.
Well, I like to live with someone who will call me on my bullshit. Let's just say that's true. Unless they're my son, in which case they're not ever call me on my bullshit. they're not to question me.
Yes, he must be obeyed.
All right, here we go. Now, what's Dale drawing? Oh, you're drawing robots too. All right.
I'm roughing out in pencil on Clip Studio Paint on my iPad. Just something to ink while we're talking. Clip Studio Paint has been recently advertising their upgrade pass. If you have a perpetual license, And their upgrade pass is just another form of subscription. So don't be fooled, kids.
Why don't you like software developers to be paid?
I love software developers to be paid, but I am against subscriptions because a number of software developers I have met who were then subsequently laid off told me that subscription software, once software goes subscription, development slows, and I think that's true. I mean, you're an Adobe user. Do you think you get as many features now as you used to?
Yeah, way
Before?
more, because I used to be stuck with the same one for years and years and years, and like now I'm getting the new features like straight all the time. I absolutely think my Adobe subscription is worth it. As someone who
Okay.
regularly, I mean, I think it's actually quite a small price to pay for functionality. It's having to sort of scam it freely a lot, which I had to do at one point, you know. So that's my
Okay.
And also, you can have multiple people on the same account.
Okay, are you guys sucking up for an endorsement?
There's no way Adobe
Well-
is endorsing this. It would not
Sucks, man.
endorse this content.
That's confidence. That's confidence for you. Right. With his product manager on it, that's probably
Sucks.
he didn't lose.
Adobe sucks, man. Yeah, we did have a product manager.
Yeah, we had Adobe. We had the Creative Cloud product manager of Creative Cloud. So you know, he
Yeah,
was on
and
the
we've
show.
obviously and we've not had him back either.
I think he was on a couple of times. Wait, he'll come back again. He's been exhibiting. He's been on the walls of his store, and he's also invited cartoonist Katie Shaw of Dragon Child. She's going to be exhibiting. I told him about her because I thought her work sort of fitted with
Is this the
the
guy
one
who
store.
does
I can
that
she's got her
shot
dragon
of
puppet,
the-
so she's going to be exhibiting there. At
Yeah.
that'll be at the Mill Valley Art Walk, the next Mill Valley Art Walk. So that's a very fun thing. And yes, so my art's been hanging up there. So the Mill Valley Art Walk in June. So I guess that's been a couple of months. And the Wanda store is still going good. It's still open, and yeah. So go and check that place out. All right. Now we're drawing robots.
Wander is also running. Wander is running signups for D&D in August for your middle school age children.
Yeah,
If anybody is out there watching and wants to do that near Mill Valley,
yes,
You know
you are
that
or know
D&D is like
kids who like
a drug to Satanism, right?
Well, no. Yes, and no.
And
it depends on anything
and it drives
that's not
you insane.
if anything that's not
Tom
100%
Hanks taught
going
us
with the
this
Christian
in
Bible.
the 80s.
you guys are talking at the same time.
Well, I'm like, yeah. Sorry, Dale. What are you saying?
Tom Hanks taught us in the 80s that Dungeons and Dragons drives us insane. So don't play Dungeons and Dragons, kids.
I don't know. Out of the three people in this, wait. Let me finish. Out of the three people in this call right now, two of us play Dungeons and Dragons, and one of us is insane.
Okay, wait. How did I get to be the insane one?
I never said which one. You're the one who made that assumption.
Yeah, that was subtle. Thanks, Charles.
All right. Now,
well, we're off to
what am I doing here?
a good
Robots.
start.
I did send you some reference videos here. I can also pull up some of these videos for the viewers.
Yeah. Can we show the viewers some of these robots so that they can?
Okay, let me get a stream share screen. I'll make it so it looks like you guys are reacting to it in the corner. This one.
I have to sort of look the other way there. I want that big screen to be on the side. Yeah.
Oh, you want the big screen to be on the side? We can do it like
yeah,
this.
Don't worry. Oh yeah, okay, that's good. Yeah, there we go. Then it looks like I'm looking at it.
Okay. Right. There we go. So this is the first one I saw. Here's another one.
Where's that one you showed me yesterday?
I'll find the one that I showed you yesterday, with the one with the grocery shopping.
What you showing the kids?
Let's see. Here we go.
Look at this, Dad. Are you looking at it?
Yeah. Give him a whip. That's my future. Robot overlord.
The last one I saw was this one. Have your robot play with your kids. You're too busy working.
Show the one where it's running down the field.
Oh yeah, I think I showed that one first. But yeah, that one's good. Here we go.
What do you think, Dale? It's amazing that the Chinese got like robots that walk around and like we're still got across the technology product.
Yeah, those are our future.
I mean, we live in a country. We live in the most technologically advanced part of the United States, and you still think Space 1999 is top science fiction?
It is.
I mean, we have some self-driving cars here in San Francisco. We're a little bit advanced like that.
The Tesla robot taxis are coming. But the question is, are the Tesla robo-taxis actually self-driving, or are they being remotely driven by underpaid kids?
Oh my God, yeah. You're reminding me of that Amazon grocery store where they had, like, they said they were using AI to, like, basically track what you picked up in the store, and they would basically just, like, you didn't have to check out, like, you could just walk out with your stuff and they would automatically charge you.
Okay.
And then it came out that they were actually just using, like, this team of Indians, like, watching through cameras.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So
I'm curious to see how the Uber drivers are going.
Yeah. And then also when Elon unveiled his robots, he was totally having people, like, talk through them at the event, trying to play it off like it was the AI of the robot.
Yeah, they're.
Oh, look, this Chinese robot can do karate, apparently.
Oh, what? I didn't see that one.
You can box. You can do box and karate.
Yeah. Where do you see that?
One of the things they don't show you is that they can also shoot a gun.
Chinese robot kicks baton mid-spin with 720-degree kick.
Chinese Kung Fu robot? Is that the one you're watching?
Yeah, humanoid robot kicks baton mid-spin.
Oh, yeah, I just saw it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I have it up right now.
I mean, that, like, okay, you're going to do karate on your ass?
Yeah.
Is this the one that you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the baton. Watch this, Dale.
Less robots, more drawing.
Watch this. There you go.
Now you wouldn't stand a chance. I wouldn't. I don't say I wouldn't stand a chance. That goes without saying. I'd be floored.
Okay.
I'd be like, "Yes, robot masters, please take me."
To quote something I read in a David Drake novel, never hit anyone with your bare hand unless your feet are nailed to the floor.
Is that from Charlie Muffin or
No, that's actually a line from a David Drake novel. God rest his soul.
Wait, you read novels?
Yes, I do read novels. I am a well-read, educated man. Not.
Have you read Alistair Reynolds' Revelation Space series?
No, I haven't.
I highly recommend those. If you like science fiction.
I do like science fiction, but unfortunately, most of the sci-fi authors I love have they're passed away or they're quite old, so some of them have stopped writing. I grew up in the time where everyone was reading Alan Dean Foster and Larry Niven and Robert Klein.
Well, Alan Dean Foster, he wrote Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
He actually has a book that I haven't really gotten into yet about his career writing. He did a lot of movie adaptations. He was trying to get into the movie business, and you can find it on Amazon. Oh, what's the name of it? I have it here on my Kindle somewhere. The Director Should Have Shot You. And it's by Alan Dean Foster. So if you're a fan of his old movie novelizations, look for that. You may find it interesting. I loved his books growing up. Charles, do you read any novels?
No, I'm not a big reader.
You need to become a big reader. Chicks dig big readers. So if you like chicks with glasses because their eyes go bad from reading, you got to be able to discuss books.
Well, thanks for the tip.
Okay. So you see, in the old days, you would go to different stores and the different types of chicks would hang out there. So there were bookstore chicks, and there are comic book store chicks now, but there aren't. Back in the day, there were no chicks in comic book stores.
Yes, well, I suppose if I have the luck of finding someone else who actually goes outside. A lot
Are
of
you
people who
saying
just stay
that girls
inside now.
don't go outside anymore?
I think there's just a lot more people on the whole who don't go outside. I would say I'm probably one of them who don't go outside as much.
You don't go outside?
Not as much as I probably would back in the old days.
Oh, dude, you need to go outside. There's stuff outside.
Really?
Like grass and plants and like clouds and shops and food. I went out and had food outside this week.
Dale, you're so quaint with your ancient ways.
Well, someone has to help keep.
Yeah, no, you should be going out. Look, especially, because everything in your life is out of this house.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to end up working for me as my unpaid intern for the rest of your life, that's fine. I could use an unpaid intern.
I could use an unpaid intern.
Yeah, I think generally people who work would love for someone to help them with their work without being paid.
Yes, they're called slaves.
Yeah, you just explained why slavery was a thing for about 1,000 years.
More than 1,000.
I don't know. When was the first recorded slave? I wonder.
Well, if you're religious.
If you're going by the Bible,
that would be Eve.
Yeah, the Bible, it definitely goes pretty early on.
Dude, you see, it's not so much that you're working there for free. It's eventually you're going to have to wear the uniform, and that's where it's going to be problematic.
Oh yeah, the Planet Earth uniform.
No, I was thinking like the French maid, like in SpongeBob.
Well, I did a bit where Puffer wears French maid uniform.
Yeah. See, I'm not joking. It's coming.
Some people really like that.
Oh yeah, I never understood that. It's a lingerie cliche, but you don't see, or maybe I don't see it. Like, are there like lingerie outfits like where you're a cook or a butler or the gardener or the chauffeur? I mean,
sure. Like, I think the chauffeur is definitely one, isn't it?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean,
you don't know.
Lingerie is just a waste of money. Hey, wait! Someone said hello. Someone's watching. Lord.
Ooh,
can't read that.
Coffin.
Hi, Lord Coffin. Welcome to the show.
He's dino dancing.
I hope you have a lovely.
Yeah, we're trying to be like we're finally getting more responsive to our guests and our viewers now. But now they've all
you're watching,
all gone away.
You should go get yourself a lovely beverage. And can I recommend Tea's Tea Organic Golden?
Wait, what is this tea business?
He secretly has stock in it or something.
No, I don't. I'm hoping that my grocery store like restocks it. I buy all of it, and then it's like weeks before I get more.
I do like a nice iced tea, but you can make your own quite easily.
Yeah, but you like risk injury. You could burn yourself.
Well,
when
possibly.
you reach a certain age, you should have other people make your iced tea for you.
All right. Well, I'm doing a little more drawing on this one, but I'm getting into it, actually. Now, yeah, when I was young,
oh God,
like a teenager.
In Basingstoke?
In Basingstoke. Like, if we wanted to see a sexy robot woman, you had to go to the little poster shop under the multi-story car park. And they had like a sort of big poster. You could flip through all the posters, and they would have like the Japanese robot poster ladies. So I'm doing one of them here. What's his name? Suriyama or something?
Suriyama.
Oh, I was right. It's Suriyama.
Okay,
yeah.
What year was this?
So this would have been okay. Well, first time I discovered it was like my friend at high school. So when I was about 13, so say 1983, like he had a book of them. And I think, he might have even had an airbrush at home, but I didn't really understand what an airbrush was at that.
All right, well, Lord Coffin's asking, what are we painting? And they're drinking some beer right now.
Hey!
And
what time is it there? It's 10:37 a.m. here. If you're drinking beer this morning, you're watching the right show.
Some nice Saturday morning day drinking. We're in California, yes. But we're painting. It looks like we've got some Herbie and one of the new Chinese robots, along with a figure here.
Yeah. Well, I'm drawing a Suriyama Japanese robot lady here from the 1980s.
It responded in military time, so I have
7:37 up for them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should start drinking earlier.
So you're also drawing robots, Dale?
I don't know what the hell I'm drawing.
It looks like you're drawing robots.
The trick to drawing is to really not pay attention.
Okay.
I did a.
I'm not paying attention at all while I draw this breast just here.
I did a rough out, and now I'm doing a pencil. I'm just spending time with my friends, Chuck and Charles.
My friends.
Chuck and Charles.
Yes. My favorite people.
Big Charlie and Little Charlie.
Don't have breasts.
But Big Charlie and which one's Charlie? No, we're Chuck and Charles, I think. Yeah, we've banned, I don't know. I was Charlie a lot in England. And a lot of my family and stuff will call me Charlie. I didn't ever say to anybody, please call me Charlie.
So Chuck is drawing the bigger one, the sort of hand-drawn one, and then Dale Sipperly, our co-host in the green shirt, is drawing on the iPad there, or tablet.
Because I'm lazy.
Well, you said it, not me.
Well, it's okay to be lazy. Lazy drawing is good drawing.
Lazy drawing is better than no drawing.
My exercise is lazy exercise. I got very lazy about it lately.
At all. It's better to draw than to not draw. Always draw, kids. Chicks love guys who can draw. Until they see how much
even if you do not a good drawing, you sort of feel satisfied when you've done it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't. I don't know. Sometimes I do really terrible when I don't feel sad. I don't know. Well, you got to sort of push through that. Put it aside for a minute and look at it again later, and it won't seem so bad. That's usually what I find.
If you're going, chicks love hand drawn or handwritten love letters, and if you can illustrate them, they really dig it.
That's probably true.
It is true. Yep. That's how cartoonists reproduce, because it was just based on how much they make. They would never get a date.
Well, I think women respond to an artistic tendency in a man. I think they respond to you if you do music. I think they respond to you if you sing, or if you
dance.
Do any sort of
no.
Writing, maybe not writing.
Theater.
Writing used to be bigger these days. Writers wrote too much about how terrible people they are, and now everyone's gone off.
Right.
They were too honest for too long.
Huge.
Well, and also there's all these.
They were too honest for too long.
Now
everyone thinks
nobody wants them anymore.
I think it was
God, that's so BoJack Horseman. I love how that the entire theme of that show is that the more that you know people, the more you hate people.
Well, it's certainly been played out here.
Well, there's some truth to that.
I hate you.
A little distance is good.
Yeah. That's the thing is, if you didn't live in San Francisco, we wouldn't be friends.
What is that noise down? Is that somebody got a vibrator running?
That's not me. That's something going on in
Charles,
your place.
The vibrator. I can't hear anything. It's like a vibrator.
It's going vum, 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 vum.
Sounds like a sneaker in a washing machine.
Look, why do you even tell me when I'm drawing a robot lady up there? It's not even on the screen. Dear. Wait, what is that noise again?
Oh, is it when I? Oh, that's interesting. It's when I.
What?
No, he's gone. World's worst producer.
That's really that loud. It's when I am like, what's the word? Just like jumping my leg up and down from twitching.
Oh, you have restless leg syndrome.
He's very twitchy. It's because you don't get out enough.
Do you do that when you're in class?
Yeah. I don't know. I do it.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I did that. That is like the gateway to a knee replacement. Stop that. You'll be like, you want to stop restless leg syndrome now.
You need to go for a cross-country run.
Yeah. You need acupuncture with big needles.
I like it's a very like simple way of thinking. Oh, he has restless leg syndrome. That means he needs to go out more.
Yes.
Very like cause and effect mind.
Well,
he wants you out of the house. That way he can have friends.
Reality and non-reality.
Yeah. Well, remember, if you kick him out of the house, you have one less person to play D&D with.
Look, I enjoy playing D&D with my son, but that's not a reason for him to stay in my house.
Yes, it is.
Well, if he's paying rent, that's fine.
I was just at my folks, and I cooked, and I cooked hard. Boneless short ribs with port wine sauce. Gotta work on preserving your name in the will.
I used to love these Just William books in England, written by this woman, Richmal Crompton, which unfortunately they're probably too English to have here, but they're so funny. And she was like writing them from the 1920s through to probably like the 60s, I think. And he's always dealing with. There are always a lot of relatives very concerned about inheritances.
Oh, that's a whole British thing. That was the whole thing they would talk about in the Jeeves and Wooster books by.
Oh yeah, Jeeves and Wooster. Yeah, I think she got a lot from those. Probably, she's similar
because inheritance is a big deal. Well, it's a big deal now. Oh my God, in the U.S.
Yeah, if you like Jeeves and Wooster and you're not familiar with Just William and Richmal Crompton, I would definitely check her out.
You wonder why a lot of seniors died during COVID? It's because their younger children coughed on them in order to get the inheritance.
Is that why you were so ostentatiously wearing a mask all the time so no one would suspect you?
Yes. You see, watching lots of British murder mysteries is a double-edged sword because you get all these ideas to kill your friends and relatives, but you know that you always get caught in the end. The only reason my parents are alive right now is because of all the British murder mysteries that were on PBS with Masterpiece Theater. which means now that they're cutting the budget for PBS, lots of seniors are going to get murdered.
Yeah, unforeseen consequence. That's probably like Donald Trump happy about that. He doesn't like the fact that all these detectives solving crimes.
Yeah, and also,
Sorry, not that we're going to get political on this show.
We're reaching
I'm not sure if that's politics anymore. That's just
we're reaching peak 65. The boomers and the daywalkers like me are heading towards retirement, and that's going to be a big drain on the U.S. resources. So that's why you're seeing major changes in healthcare. Well, I'm not going to survive it.
No, none of us survives now. None of us gets out alive.
We all die in the end.
Yeah.
This is such a happy show.
The trick is to hang around longer than everybody and to really piss everyone else off.
Yes. The joy of life is watching your friends die.
The joy, yeah. The trick is to laugh at them while they're burning you. You know, they really hate that.
All right. Now, so I've done 2 roughs. Now I need to do some ink. Hey, have you been hearing any news about Comic-Con?
Just that everybody has gone there except me because I'm such a nerd, but it's so difficult for me. I don't know. I went in 2019 when it was like sort of a lightweight one. You didn't have to plan it like 5 years in advance.
I can never get tickets and I can never be that organized. So
it's really difficult for me. Sorry, yes.
Yes. It's difficult because no one likes you.
Well, I just I'm not in it. If I was maybe once I'm in a wheelchair, it'd be easier or something. I don't know if I got a wheelchair. I don't know. It's just like trying to get around anywhere. It's just
you need a rascal.
Yeah, I need like a rascal. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't submitted though. The trouble is, like, once I'll start doing that, then I won't get any exercise, and I'll get
heavy. It's a slippery slope.
It is. You know, people in those things get big for a reason because they're not doing any exercise.
Yeah.
You know, and then that just makes your problems worse. Really, I mean, it just sort of accelerates the decline. I mean, you know, sometimes there's a point where you need a crutch, you know, but once you start using a crutch, you don't go back, and you become dependent on it.
Yep, when I went down to Monsterpalooza, not only did I have my umbrella to act as a walking stick, but I brought a folding chair with me, and I actually needed it at one point. My days of just running around conventions all willy-nilly are sadly over.
They used to have, I think we talked about these before, they used to have these things in England called a shooting stick, or sort of posh people would have them.
Like a stool.
It's like a stick with a handle, and you fold the handle out, and it's got like a little leather seat in it between.
I am going to go get one.
So it's like a good stick, and you can sort of poke, like if you shot and killed something, you can sort of poke at it with
the stick. Yeah.
Shooting stick. Yeah. Anyway, I definitely need a shooting stick, I think, at this point. But I don't want to look like a posh twat. I mean, I know I am a bit of a posh twat, but
you are a posh twat. Oh, I had British food last night. I had fish and chips. The national dish of where do you come from again?
Where do I come from? Basingstoke.
Basingstoke.
The national dish of Basingstoke. The national dish of Basingstoke is a battered sausage.
Oh God. I went to the Britannia Arms, a classic San Jose restaurant.
Ooh.
I had fish and chips.
Did they have battered sausages?
Have a non-alcoholic Guinness. I mean, it's got a little tiny bit of alcohol, but it's
okay. Now I know where that extra strong Nigerian Guinness comes from.
Yeah, they suck the alcohol.
The alcohol from the American Guinness. Put it in the Nigerian. The Nigerian Guinness is like 7% or something. It's really strong.
But it's nice.
I mean, it's really weird because it's like Guinness. It's got the Guinness label and it says "Made in Nigeria" and it's stronger. Is that because it's more black if you make it in Nigeria? And the American one's like more white.
I think that the yeast.
But what the less?
I think they're using a different yeast.
I'm not sure this analogy works.
Actually, that could be the true answer. The reason you get certain levels of alcohol in beer is in the fermentation, the yeast produce enough alcohol to kill themselves. So they will breed stronger yeast that can tolerate more alcohol while they're breeding.
Wow. So it's like it's like a eugenics program.
Oh yeah, it's yeast eugenics. I was a home brewer, and we would get our yeast in test tubes from a company called, I think it was Star Labs, like in the DC Comics. And there was a place, sadly it's closed now, on Brokaw in San Jose, American Brewers and Winemaker. I can't remember the exact name, but it was this hole in the wall in an industrial park. It was just a big warehouse, and it was completely dirty and disorganized, and they had everything. And people would come in with samples of their beer so that the owner could tell them what they were doing wrong. They would come in with samples of wine, and he would have huge hot tub sized food grade plastic vats, and he would just have wine fermenting in the store. So you go in and it smelled so good. It smelled like red wine. I brought in samples of my beer and he would spit it out. I thought it was great. He would tell me everything that I did wrong with it.
Now, Dale, you're talking away, but are you paying attention to our guest? I mean, our guest was asking questions, and then we.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're not
guest. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who draws which picture?
We answered that one. I told them that one. They stopped chatting.
Okay. I can't draw anymore. Like, hear the drum. I'm sorry you can't draw anymore. Maybe you should try again.
Yeah, you couldn't be any. You couldn't like look at Dale. He keeps drawing.
I am retired. I used to take drawing seriously. I would go to Life Drawing twice a week.
You went to art college.
I actually went to art college. And what I learned after art college is the money is in selling art supplies.
No, the money is in selling Planet Earth books. By the way, you're not a retailer or owning a bookshop. Anybody who's a retailer or owning a bookshop, look for Planet Earth books on Ingram.
Well, the reason I was bringing up Comic-Con is they had the Gru panel. Sergio Aragonés, I was told, checked in by phone because he's not attending Comic-Con. And the news is, I guess, the complete Gru, which they're saying might be 6 to 7 volumes.
Yeah, that's a vast thing. Like you can buy complete stacks of Gru on eBay, and it's a big, tall stack of comics.
Supposedly that is coming. So I'm really looking forward to the complete Gru set. And Sergio has another Gru story in the works because he will never stop, thank God. And Mark Evanier says there are rumors of a Gru TV show.
Ooh, well, okay. I've heard them talk about the Gru TV things before, though.
Yeah, I know. It might be stuck in development hell.
Well, it's like how do you do it? You know, because part of it is the writing. Okay, like that would probably, I mean, but it's comic writing, so it doesn't always translate necessarily to the TV writing because of the pacing and the timing, and
Well,
and then
Mark
Sergio's art. Does that translate? I mean, okay, if it's like incredibly well animated, but you know,
Mark Evanier, who assists with the writing of Groove, Sergio does a big chunk of it. Mark Evanier's he's written for comic series and TV for years, so I'm sure he could bring it over. In terms of animation, a lot of animation is now done with puppet rigs, like Rick and Morty and Archer. So I'm sure that they can hire some people to build the puppet rigs that are similar, but it would never be the exact style because Sergio just whips these out with a fountain pen.
yeah.
And you can't easily do that in vector. Although there's a piece of animation software called Moho by Lost Marble that independent animators can buy. They sell a perpetual license. They're vector, but they're putting all this work into making the line work look organic. So if you're interested in animation, kids, look up Moho, Moho.
Yeah, you focus on that, American kids. Meanwhile, the Chinese kids robots that can do karate.
Okay. Obviously, we've. All right, and I am also realizing I screwed up my drawing. Okay, this is one of the nice things about.
Me too. That's all right. I did
Okay.
underdrawing. It didn't really help.
Lord Coffin's asking what is your favorite. Lord Coffin's asking what is your favorite subject to paint.
Beautiful women in lovely landscapes, in like fantastical landscapes.
I don't paint anymore, but when I did, my favorite subject to paint was whatever the instructor told me.
Well, okay. Yeah, it can be hard to know what to paint. What about you, Lord Cawthorne, or whatever your name is? Lord Coffin. Not Coffin Henry from Terry Pratchett.
I did enjoy painting portraits. I was fortunate enough to take some classes with Rebecca Alzafon, an amazing portrait painter. And I just
Rebecca Audubon. I heard she's quite a bird.
I like the I like human anatomy, and I like some of my favorite portraits in the world are. I'm sorry, some of my favorite paintings are portraits.
Some of your favorite portraits are paintings?
Yeah, some of my. Shut up. Hey, if the viewers are drinking, I can be drinking.
Yeah, Dale's drinking too.
Well, the viewer, it's 8 p.m. So
well, that's exactly what they say. It's 8 p.m. somewhere.
Shut up. I'm allowed to drink.
Yeah, that's what they say. They say that too. Then they say, "Oh no, I got horribly maimed in a car accident, and now I'm depressed because I was drinking."
Well, you know what would help that? More drinking.
Yeah, don't watch this show and drive at the same time, please.
I've been doing that more and more. When I commute over to Santa Cruz, I'm in a bad habit where I'm
Listen to the show.
I'm watching stuff on my phone.
But not this show.
Oh God, no! I never watched this show.
Well, we should watch the show though, because that's how you get better, is by
Why?
watching yourself. Well, you watch yourself.
We have no viewers.
To watch yourself be terrible, then you'll get better.
I do share this show with some friends, but they never bring it up. I think they're just embarrassed. The only reason we have this is because everyone else has a show.
Yeah, I mean, anyone can have a show now. It's not like you need a TV studio or like. That's why it was good to have Amber, because she had done sort of shows before, professional shows, like on PBS, her public access. You can see on YouTube when she was doing her show as public access. She's quite professional.
Okay.
So, I don't know. So that didn't carry over to this.
Yeah, yeah. I just me. I didn't see the professionalism.
Okay, well, we're not going to go on about that.
Yes, let's not mention she who must not be named.
We love her. We love her. I love her. I think she's the best.
I love her too. From afar, at a distance. Actually,
I'm going to try and get her to come along. We're going to have an Urfspace reunion show on October 19th, Saturday, October 19th. It's going to be the Astro Kitty EP or album, depending on how many tracks Isaac's got done, launch party on October 19th of this year. And we're going to have a Planet Earth. It's going to be a Planet Earth reunion show.
Okay. Now that you mention that date, I think I'm washing my hair that day.
Well, Greg's going to be here, hopefully. And I'd like to bring back some other old co-hosts.
Okay. I think that's a great idea.
Former guests of the show.
Yes.
Lord Coffin says the closest they've made are metal roses in regards to, I think, what their favorite thing to make is.
Oh.
Cool. So you're a sculptor.
Was it actual metal roses or a picture of metal roses?
This is good. Now we're getting the viewers to entertain us.
We get such interesting guests.
Tell us your stories.
Oh, another thing. Stephen Notley, who draws Bob the Angry Flower, has a new book.
Oh, okay.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I better get that because he got my Urfspace book.
He's down at Comic-Con and he's wearing his flower costume, being all angry. And so I'm looking forward to his book. Those of you who are unfamiliar with Bob the Angry Flower, it is a long-running web strip, which is interesting because it's actually very phone legible. Some people, when they started doing web cartooning, they stuck with old comic formats.
Yeah.
And it makes it a little difficult now that a lot of people look at their webcomics on the phone to read the comic. But Bob the Angry Flower, just by chance or design, is legible on the phone. I really admire that.
Like in the whole, like without being split up.
Yeah. It's a big one panel split into multiple panels. Like I was recently telling people to look at that strip Woke Salaryman. It's by two guys out of Singapore, and they talk about work issues, and it's just one panel after another that you read on Facebook vertically. And it's a great, simple way to tell a story.
Okay, but that's how they all are on Webtoon. They're single panel scrolling down.
Yeah, but this isn't like, all right, I don't read a lot of Webtoons, so you're probably right. But it's interesting to me because it's not color, it's nonfiction, and they're using a computer-generated font. It's just and it's a very simple style. I mean, it's almost Peanuts-like. So I recommend Woke Salaryman. It's my favorite recent webcomic.
So that they're discussing woke issues at work.
No, they likely name that not understanding what that word now has been redefined in the US. In fact, the definition of the word woke has changed greatly recently. I mean, you can read what the previous definitions were if you go to Wikipedia and you look up the word woke. It was kind of hijacked into a political term.
What was the previous definitions?
Underground. Well, not underground, but cartoonist Keith Knight. He actually had a TV show on Hulu.
Oh, but he didn't really like that it was called woke. They put that name onto it, and he didn't really love it. But
I didn't know that.
I think that's what I heard. I don't know. I follow him on the. It's been a while since I remember that, but I mean, he was pretty happy they got a second season. I mean, he was pretty happy with it, and he should be happy with it as a cult classic show that got made. And I think it's quite cool that it was called woke. But I don't think that was his favorite title. But they sort of put that on it, and then it sort of became a bit of a tipping point of that word, I think.
Yeah, you're better off reading the Wikipedia definition so that you understand the history of the word, because I know if I describe it, it's going to be incomplete. But I was under the impression it means being aware of systematic racism.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was just a term like, if you're like me and you were raised quite right wing and, be a nice British Nazi or whatever, I think woke was a good word because it's like, oh yeah, you sort of woke up. You're like, wait, okay, I've been told all these things, but actually they're not true.
What the hell? Why were we originally talking? We were talking about Stephen Notley. I actually met Stephen Notley and Keith Knight at the same time. They would go to the Alternative Press Expo. Stephen Notley would wear this ridiculous foam core thing.
I think he still does that. I think
made him into a giant flower, and Keith Knight had a 6-foot Sharpie. Yeah. I don't see a lot of people bringing props to things like the San Francisco Zine Fest.
Oh, I think you'll find that young Eddie Adams there. They've got a whole furry suit of one of their characters, Pinky and Pepper, or maybe both of them. Yeah. I don't know what the organization with the suits is. There's people dancing around dressed up as his characters. That's quite a good gimmick.
I'm looking forward to the next Zine Fest.
I always wanted to have a Noma puppet that would insult everybody.
Well, I am learning about puppets.
I did like a drawing. It would be like a sort of blue scooter with pointy ears.
Hey, if you want a puppet, I'm telling you, go take a class at the Puppetry Institute in Capitola, California. under the instruction of Ricky Vincent, and he'll help you make whatever puppet you want.
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm serious.
Sounds good, Capitola.
Yeah, it's not. That'd be like a 2-hour drive for you. But Charles could drive you. You could make a puppet together.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Or can I just go onto a website that says how to make a Muppet and do that?
Yeah, there's like a lot of websites that do that, but unless you actually go and have someone stand over you with a whip, you're not going to make a freaking puppet, dude.
Sure, I am. I've already made one. I've got your good friend over here.
Did you make it? Did you actually make it or buy it?
Well, I saw a bit of both.
All right, Lord Coffin says that it was in fact a sculpture of a metal rose that they made, but then they said they have to go now and they want us to have a nice day.
All right, cheers.
Thank you for stopping by every Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, USA.
Yeah, we're here every week drawing sexy robot girls.
Come back. We need a viewer. Tell your friends. We are the worst show.
It's not really all fitting in. I don't know why. I thought these frames sort of fit in better. Maybe that was when I was doing the vertical format. How about that? You can actually see it now.
I don't know if Sir.
Oh wait, why are we on that frame? We shouldn't be on that frame with the ticker underneath. Where's the ticker on? We're in the screen frame. The frames have got all messed up.
Whatever.
But the ticker's supposed to be on the home screen only. Well, I don't know where the ticker's gone now. There it is. Wait, why was there still a ticker even on? Okay. All right, now I'm going to... How are we doing for time? Where are we at? Okay, good. Look. Robots. Now I'm going to do some colour. Well, I don't know. Am I doing grey? Like, normally I just do a little bit of grayscale, but I think we need to make these like... How do I get a nice metallic-y look? Some of these robots here.
If you're going to do chrome, remember you're in essence doing sky and horizon and ground. Yeah, you see, that's one of the things you learn first when you're doing airbrush is how to fake chrome.
Well, that's what like all these Suriyama pictures were all about.
Suriyama was not really an airbrush artist. He would do all his underdrawings in graphite pencil.
Okay.
And then he would do watercolor on top of it. So all that chrome he worked out ahead of time in pencil.
Yeah. Well, I haven't got time for that.
When I was a kid, we were scrounging for anything that was how-to on how Suriyama worked. And we found imported books at Comics and Comics up in Palo Alto. And I don't know who imported them. It could have been Dick Swan. And we would buy these books, and they were all in Japanese, so we couldn't read a damn thing about them. But we could look at the pictures, and we're like all disappointed because we realized that we were just looking at colored pencil drawings.
Well, you're disappointed, but that should have made you excited. Like, oh, I could do that myself.
We felt ripped off. I did do that myself. At San Jose State, in my group of illustration pals, we all went through the Suriyama phase. And then we went through the Drew Struzan phase where we were all painting in acrylic and then working on top of it with Prismacolor pencils.
Oh yeah, that's what Stu's been doing. He was doing Prismacolor pencils on top of acrylics.
Yep.
That seems very cheaty. I didn't know you could get.
No, that was popular for a while. There were other illustrators doing that. The thing is,
I might try that on a Goodman Games one next time I'm doing a cover.
Acrylics in the 80s, they weren't blendable. So I actually talked to Michael Whalen one time. He was kind enough to talk to me on the phone for a while. And he spent a lot of time pre-mixing his acrylic colors so that he could get these. You can't blend acrylics. Well, now you can because they have blendable acrylics. But back in the day, you couldn't blend acrylics like oils. So he got around that by pre-mixing all these color strings, which is the intermediate colors. And if you looked at the brothers Hildebrandt, who worked in acrylics,
the brothers Hildebrandt, yes,
they if you look closely at their paintings, their colors are very posterized because they didn't mix as many intermediate colors as Michael Whalen. I'm trying to think of who else. Daryl K. Sweet worked in acrylics, but he was.
Well, to be honest, Whalen and Sweet are not amongst my favorites.
Everyone when I was going to art school in the 80s, we all loved Michael Whalen. But part of that was also he was he went to San Jose State.
Oh, okay. So he was an alumni. All right.
He was an alum. Now he went to Art Center in LA, where I think they probably really polished him. But he was a legend. He does fine art now. He knew that the book cover industry was going to change due to digital. And, it's changed now because there's no cover illustrations. It's almost all typography.
All right, but, because book covers have to work, like a lot of things, everything has to work quite small as a thumbnail now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different, it depends. Like, sometimes things are required for large. Yeah, but it's complicated, isn't it?
It's very complicated. It's all complicated.
Well, some things, I mean, the basic things are simple, I suppose.
I am basically a simple man.
It's all just patterns of nature.
Fractals. It's all fractals.
Crackles?
Fractals. Don't you know what a fractal is?
Oh, fractals. All right, yes, I know what a fractal is.
Do you remember in the mid-90s, Kai's Power Tools for Photoshop?
Fractal Design Explorer. Yeah, I remember all those things. I don't really care. Kai's Power Tools, I didn't care for that stuff. That's just gimmicky. That's gimmicky crap.
It was total gimmicky crap, but it had a fractal pattern generator, and I would play with that damn thing for hours.
Yeah, right.
Kai Kraus. He was awesome.
He was awesome. You knew Kai?
I saw him live at Deanza in the old Flint Center, and he was talking about Photoshop and plugins, and he previewed Bryce, which was an inexpensive, primitive landscape generator. And people hacked Bryce into a 3D modeling tool. Oh, and I have some bad news for the show.
What's that?
Um,
You won't be retiring after all.
no, I am retired. My friend Ellen Going,
Oh no.
famous medical illustrator. Um, she did stuff for the Warren Report on the assassination of Kennedy. She has passed away.
Oh no.
Yeah, I am extremely sad. She was a good lady. And the interesting thing about her was when she went to John Hopkins to learn to be a medical illustrator. So she was serious and she knew the human body. And if she didn't know the human body, she would get reference. I would go to her place and I would see her cat like batting human vertebrae across the floor like cat toys.
I thought you were saying you would go to her place and she'd say, "Take your clothes off." And
No, 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 no. I was waiting for that though. She took me to dinner a lot. But she,
but you're spoken for.
yes, Sabrina loved her. We're both pretty sad about this. She had an interesting life. She had met Elvis, and she,
Elvis's aunt waved at me.
she she had learned medical illustration back when you used something called sauce. So you would have this special velvety paper, and you would have graphite dust, and you would paint the graphite dust onto the paper like you were painting with paint. And you would have these very smooth, wonderful illustrations. And then she moved to paints and airbrush. So she was hardcore airbrush. Do you remember that book years ago that all the airbrush kids would buy called Airbrush the Complete Studio Guide? It was by Radu Vero.
Probably saw it. I don't really recall it. Yeah, I wasn't.
It was
Very
in
crazy
all
about
the arts.
airbrushes.
If they sold
Airbrushes seem like
airbrush,
way too much
they sold that
malarkey
book.
to me.
If you went to an art supply store and they sold airbrushes, they had Radu Vero's book. I was friends with Ellen. I had met her through an art class in Palo Alto, and I had no idea for years. She's in that book in the gallery section as an example of airbrushing for medical illustration.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'm in the book that my neurosurgeon wrote about doing spina bifida surgery, and he's got pictures of my surgery in his book. He was very pleased. He showed me one time. He said I was in the new edition.
Cool. But Ellen, she she moved from sauce and paint to airbrush, and then she moved to Photoshop. And I would talk. She knew I worked for Computerware and then later Apple, so I was kind of like her tame in-house technical support. If she had a computer problem, I'd go up there and I'd solve it because she always bought incredibly expensive Macs to be able to push a lot of pixels. And she was constantly learning new things. I mean, she was able to use Bryce for medical illustration. And then when ZBrush started, I was the one who taught her how to use ZBrush. I would go up there and I would sit and tutor her how to use ZBrush. So she was always on top of drawing technology and art supplies.
Well, I can see why you liked her then.
Yeah. Yeah, not like you, who doesn't give a damn about art supplies.
No, just give me a bit of mud and ochre from the swamp.
Yeah, all you need is a cave wall.
Cave wall and some blue woad.
Yeah. But she was a good lady. I don't know how AI is going to affect medical illustration because um, sometimes AI makes stuff up, and you can't have that.
Yeah, but then the medical illustrator job then just comes to be like shepherding the AI.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is like medical stuff though, it's more like that's very different from creating a picture though. It's more finite. You know, it's like that's the trouble. Like artists are thinking about it all wrong. Like artists are like, oh, the AI is going to steal my job. No, the AI can't really steal your job. It steals all the jobs that people that write the marketing copy and all this sort of stuff. You know, so you should be happy because you can use that tool to better promote your art and do your art. So, you know, it's there for artists to use, and it's people who are doing sort of mundane, repetitive, non-creative jobs whose jobs it's really going to take.
Yeah. What else is going on? Oh, the premier used record store in San Jose, Streetlight Records on Bascom. They're having their 50th anniversary sale today with DJs, and it's a big celebration of Streetlight Records. And if you grew up in San Jose, you know Streetlight. So after the show today, I'm gonna go to Streetlight and see what's going on. I think they're having a huge sale, which worries me a little bit, but hopefully I'll grab some cool stuff. Support your local used record and DVD store, kids. Eventually, all that stuff that you rely on streaming is going to disappear.
Now, Dale, did you watch Lost when that was on?
Everyone I knew watched Lost, and
you thought you were better than that.
Well, I realized that Lost was a ripoff of Gilligan's Island and a TV show that didn't make it in the 70s called Fantastic Journey. And it was Fantastic Journey was about a family who gets trapped on an island in the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh yeah.
And
we had that in England.
Yeah, it was great. In fact, it had Roddy McDowell, and in one episode, a very young Ian McShane.
Okay.
Ian McShane always tried to make it big over here in the States. He was on an episode of Columbo.
Yeah. He was Sue Ellen's boyfriend in Dallas.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you did. I told you the other week, and you forgot already. You said, "Oh, I didn't know that."
I don't listen to you.
And then we talked about if it's Tuesday, this must be Belgium or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's a great.
Which I quite like. I like that one with him. All right, and I didn't see Deadwood, and people said that was pretty good with him. So
I have to see that. I think he actually liked a post I made. There was something on Facebook, and he was talking about.
Well, you love it when celebrities like your posts. So.
Yeah, Bette Midler liked one of my posts.
Right, everybody likes it when celebrities like that post.
Yeah, I was really impressed when Bette Midler liked a post of mine.
Well, my favorite celebrity endorsement was Carrie Henn, who was the little girl in Aliens, and she celebrity endorsed my game Legitimacy, which she enjoyed playing with her kids. I got to put that endorsement on the website. Actually, I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, she was Newt.
She was new, and now she's a school teacher as well. So it's actually a school teacher endorsed. I mean, that's a very good endorsement. Not only is it primary school teacher endorsed, the school teacher in question is the girl from Aliens.
Yeah, that's the thing, is not every child star remains in the industry. And
yeah, no, she got out. She didn't do anything else.
Good for her.
But she does go to Alien Con and cash in on her celebrity.
Oh, I'm sure she does. Oh, yeah, that's the big news for me. I didn't realize this, but there's going to be like a big Star Trek convention in Las Vegas in the beginning of August. And I found out about it, and, that doesn't really interest me, but Nick Tate and Barbara Bain from Space 1999 are going to be there. And I'm like, oh, man, I may have to go. I may have to go to see Nick Tate and Barbara Bain.
Yeah. Because you love Space 1999. I know. You can say it. You're allowed to say it.
Who doesn't?
I really need to watch it all through, to be honest. I mean, I remember enjoying it when it was on, definitely. And I love making the models of the spaceships.
Yeah, you got me a model.
Did you make it?
No, it's sitting on my things to do.
All right.
I'm not even printing Zardoz heads right now because my 3D printer took a crap. I've got to fix it.
Now, tell me more about this scene in Circle of Iron, where the hippie guy, which is David Carradine, the main protagonist.
No, it isn't David Carradine in that scene.
Oh, that's not David Carradine.
It is the hero, Cord. Okay, so
Circle of Iron. Yeah, okay, that's Cord. Yes, no, yeah, that's right. That's Cord in that scene.
Okay,
yes,
Circle of Iron was an idea by Bruce Lee. Yes. And he was going to make this film about Asian philosophy, and Cord would have been played by James Coburn, who Bruce Lee knew through martial arts. And Bruce Lee sadly passed away, but I guess the script was still out there, and they decided to make the movie using different actors, one of them being David Carradine, who was in Kung Fu. And the interesting thing about this movie
we all
is
Kung Fu, yes.
There's practically no Asian people in it at all. And it's set,
it's a fantasy world.
It's shot in Israel. So it's kind of a Conan sort of thing.
Yeah, it's more like a fantasy, isn't it?
And in the 80s and 90s, it was on late at night on the USA Network, like almost every month. And I love it. It has guest stars Roddy McDowall, Eli Wallach, who's the guy in the pot.
And, that was Eli Wallach in the pot. Okay.
Yeah, and Christopher Lee. And it's a fun, silly martial arts film with some Asian philosophy, bad costumes, terrible matte paintings. If you liked Death Race 2000, I love
Death Race 2000.
I think you'll like Circle of Iron.
Sam, do you remember when we watched Death Race 2000?
No, I don't.
You just see how you watch that one, where they're in the cars and they got to run people down. They get points, and they go.
I guess I remember the references. People.
Yeah, and then there's a bit where they're driving past the hospital, and the doctors and nurses put all the patients out for them to run over.
The patients out.
You put the elderly patients out to be run over in this race, so that the drivers can score points. But then David Carradine, being the cool guy, goes up on the curb and runs down all the doctors. and gets even more points.
That's a great movie.
And it's also Sylvester Stallone's first movie.
Yes. And it has
it's sort of like the Wacky Races, really. It's like the Wacky Races in the future.
Who was on the Love Boat. It's Grady something, who later became a politician.
Did they remake it, but it was a bit too serious or something? They should have remade it. Like
it's been remade multiple times.
Yeah.
I think Ian McShane is in one of the remakes.
Okay. I didn't know. I remember there was one remake I vaguely remember, but they just called it Death Race because it was probably past 2000.
Yeah. But it's a fun movie. There's some really incredibly bad matte paintings in Death Race 2000.
But I prefer a bad matte painting sometimes. I mean, even the bad matte paintings I think are quite good. I really.
I'm not saying that they're.
I prefer bad matte paintings to bad.
I think that they're good because they're bad. Oh damn it!
I don't know. It's because it always looks fake, so it just depends which fake looks nicer. And I think at the end of the day, like, okay, the trouble is like the CGI is sort of better at tricking you. It looks real in the minute, but then like the lasting impression of it is less good.
I think. All right. Well, I just saw Superman, and it's the good CGI actually detracted from the film.
Oh,
yeah.
Hot take.
It's okay. Is
the CGI was too good. They should have used more Space 1999 effects. Is what you're saying.
Well, it's the idea of suspension of disbelief. If something is too real, you don't have to suspend your disbelief at all.
I don't want people staring at my willy suspension in disbelief.
So, did you see Superman? Did you have a father-son day doing that?
We did.
And was it? I mean, did it bring you closer together?
Yeah, we sat right next to each other.
Okay.
Normally, he's like up at the top of the house, and I'm down at the bottom.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to be seen with you.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of Superman?
I thought it was a fun romp through a history of comics that I didn't really understand, but I sort of used to hate it in movies where we always had to explain where Superman came from every time. So I'm sort of kind of glad we moved past that in movies and we just like Superman just exists. That's good. So, but it did a pretty good job. Yeah, no, I thought it was as good as any Superman movie that I've seen, but the only Superman for me will only always be George Reeves. So, I'm sorry, I watched that program when I was a kid, and I got to quite like it, and I used to really like George Reeves and as Superman. And in Christopher Reeve, that was good. I thought, that's interesting, but I thought the first one was a bit silly. I really enjoyed Superman 2. I quite enjoyed Superman. I really enjoyed Superman 3. I thought Superman 3 was great. That was my favorite. That's a hot take because most people don't like that one. They're like, that's where it got too sick. But I totally agree that Superman 4 was abysmal. But I believe there were various reasons for that.
You mean John Cryer?
Yeah, I can't really remember who was in it anymore. But and then I thought that Kevin Spacey one, I really didn't like that. And I thought Henry Cavill was very boring.
Okay.
I mean, I understand he's got a good looks, and he builds his own PCs. But I don't know. I mean, and I just hated that. It was just a lot of that one was just a lot of crashing and banging and smashing things up, and all of those. I can't even remember much about any of those, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like Zack Snyder's sort of looked good, but they just arrived with a dead thud. That was my feeling on that. Anyway, so this one I thought, okay, I love Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He was a great Lex Luthor. Yeah, Corn Sweat was quite good. Supergirl looked good. I watched that movie. I like Supergirl. I like Supergirl better than like a lot of the other Superman movies as well. That's also widely hated. That's got Peter Cook in it, for God's sake. I mean, people.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
$1's a dollar.
Yeah, no, yeah, Supergirl is great with Helen Slater. Yeah, I had quite a crush on Helen Slater after Supergirl. But then she didn't really do much else, did she? She did a few movies, but I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Charles, what do you think of Superman?
The new one is great.
Okay. Are you a Superman fan, or are you coming at it from the like I'm a hipster and I'm aware of the character, but I'm too hip to like read the comics?
I mean, I've never read a Superman comic, I'll say, but
you had Superman toys that you played with like Lex Luthor and all of them.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you had like a little range of Superman. Like they were kind of quite. They were probably like animated Superman, the Bruce Timm animated Superman era.
Wow. Don't you regret now spending the money on those toys and he just doesn't remember them at all?
Toys were so cheap in those days before like all these tariffs and stuff. I mean, you could get a thing like that and it would just be like a couple of bucks and you'd be like, well, that's pretty good.
But yes, I did like the new Superman movie, and I was someone who kind of thought the idea of Superman, or at least what they were doing with him before, was a little bit boring. But I think focusing on how, we live in a cruel world, and the fact that there's this alien guy is deciding to be the nicest thing on the earth is interesting.
Yes, so we're moving past some of the sort of irony and all this, and people are like, "Oh, wait, actually, no, maybe we need to be a bit more serious about some of this stuff."
Yeah. Well, I definitely think it's a recession indicator, Superman being popular and liked.
Yeah. I mean, when were those original George Reeves Supermans? They were the 50s, I think.
Yeah.
And so they weren't too stale by the 70s for me as a
Did
kid.
you
I remember
ever...
at first I wasn't that, but then I remember getting into them because it was quite a series. You got into like all the drama of Superman and Lois and Jimmy Olsen and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I definitely remember getting more into it as it went on.
Did you ever watch the Fleischer Brothers animated Superman?
Oh yes, I have a DVD of all those. Yes, that was one of the first DVDs I got. I think when I got to
the Fleischer Brothers did not want to do that, but they just got offered so much money that they didn't really think they had a choice.
The Fleischers,
yeah. The interesting thing is those are rotoscoped, but not everything is rotoscoped. So you'll have this wonderful rotoscoped animation, and then it'll like break into rubber hose. It's hilarious.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's very fine animation. It's lovely. Do you remember watching those, Sam? I remember. We definitely watched those when you were little.
Which ones?
The animated Superman cartoons, the old ones.
Were they movies?
They're like shorts.
I don't remember that. I remember we did watch one of the old Superman movies once.
All right.
I love this.
But the movie felt like more like that's like the sort of experience of reading the comics where they do, but it was also sort of the experience of like, okay, there's all this baggage. But they did it quite well. Like it was like year 3 of Superman. All right, he's sort of buzzing along. So yeah, all right, that's nice. Yeah, it was good.
I like the dog.
The dog. Well, the dog was very overused, I thought. But all right, I mean, I was good they used it and it made sense that it was in there to have a use, but it was a bit over. It was a bit too much used. He was relying a lot on the dog.
I like the dog. I thought the dog actually was the best part of the movie.
Oh. I don't know. It was a very CGI dog. I would prefer to see at least a real dog.
I didn't think that.
I'm not sure if there was any time when it was actually a real dog.
In my opinion, it was good CGI.
Well, Tina liked the dog too.
Where are we time-wise? We got 15 minutes. I'll throw in some more pointless detail. Where's Tina today?
She's in bed watching the show.
Oh, God, I hope she would be watching something better than this.
She's got a window open. Are you with us, dear? Are we getting any comments? She's not making any comments today.
She's probably mad at me. I probably said something wrong.
No, she's generally quite favourable of you. I think she thinks you're like a good influence or something, but I'm not really sure why. I mean, honestly,
I don't know.
Now, Dale, you've got to help me though with all these sell sheets that I've made. What am I going to do? I've got to take them to retailers. I don't know how do you talk to retailers? What do I do? Do I make a little catalog out of them? What do I do?
Well, it depends on who does the buying. You need to get that sheet in front of somebody who does the buying.
Yeah.
And you also want to let them know that other shops are stocking your stuff, but not many. So, and you want to let them know that you have your podcast. Hopefully they won't watch it. But you just want to get it in the hands of the buyers. And you got to pick your shops. Like, I know that you've had stuff before, or I've seen stuff at Escapist up in Berkeley.
Oh.
So I would try Escapist, and I would try Atlantis in Santa Cruz, and I would try Elusive in San Jose.
All right.
There's other comic shops.
I've also got things that are going to be good for regular bookshops and children's books and stuff like that. I've got quite a broad offering at this point. I mean, I've got
the children's books. You should go to Hicklebee's in San Jose, and I'm trying to think of any specialty. I think there's a children's book in downtown Sunnyvale, but I can't remember the name of it. But you should be also going to the game conventions to sell prints of your Goodman Games stuff.
Yes. Well, I'm also, that is my plan, is to sort of kind of go on the road more and do more shows and start booking in to go in and do a lot of more shows, which I slightly dread because it's so difficult.
Well, you got a good response at the East Bay Comic-Con, didn't you?
Yeah, no, it's not about the response. It's more about that my body doesn't like doing these things.
The logistics, yeah. Well, that's why you're going to have to. You need a rascal.
Yeah, I guess it's just not very conducive to sales in any way. You know what I mean?
Well.
But all right, we soldier on.
Well, age is something that cartoonists have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Like Sergio is not at the San Diego Comic-Con, which I'm sure he's not happy about, but we want him to keep drawing forever.
Do we want him to retire so others can have a crack at the whip?
No. But I'll tell you, I am, as soon as the complete Gru comes out, I'm buying that.
All of it.
It's a historical journey of watching an artist evolve. I was at, do I have it right here? I was at, I think it was a couple weeks ago. I was up at Escapist in Berkeley, and Escapist Comics is a really well-stocked comic book store, graphic novels, floppies, but they also have a great rare comics room upstairs in the loft. And I was up there and I got, hang on a second. I may have shown this last week, but I got a Plop. And Plop was a DC attempt in the 70s to compete with Mad. And Sergio's in it. In fact, I'm going to take it out of its bag. And I read Plop as a kid. And this is when Sergio Aragonés was learning. I mean, he was already a great cartoonist of strips in Mad, but he was learning to become a comic book artist. And you can see how incredibly rough his stuff is.
Oh, I can't see it. It's too small. Wait, let me put you in a big window. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Well, Sam, you do it. Okay, I'll stop.
All right, there we go. The big window.
Yeah, but it's swapped.
Okay, so, you know, even a master like Sergio, let me find another page. He had to learn to draw for comics. And just, it's all rough and scribbly, and compare that. So this is, his work in comics in the 70s. And hang on a second. I've got a Gru nearby here. Here's how polished he is now, decades later. And that's what I love Gru, but what I'm really looking forward to is to be able to see over time how he evolved as an artist. But you can minimize me now.
Wait, I missed most of that. Sorry, I'm working on writing.
You're not listening to me at all, are you?
Well, I'm working on the drawing. I'm running out of time. I'm just finishing up here.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is I'm looking forward to the complete Gru set because I think it will be an interesting illustration of how an cartoonist's style evolved over time. Peanuts is another great example.
I don't have any. Oh, yes, I do. Peanuts. Do you think they chose Peanuts because it sounds like the word penis?
There was something. I know that wasn't Charles Schulz's.
No, his editor said you can't. He wanted to call it Little Folks, and the editor said that's kind of sucky, which is probably true. He said we just call it Peanuts.
Little Folks, I think
because they just look like peanuts. He thought they looked like but he was right. I mean, whoever that editor was, I hope Schultz, you had to say, well, I guess he knew what he was talking about. It's a bit like, okay, it's like when ChatGPT will come out with some word to describe your thing, and you're like, that's not really right, but you know what? That sounds much better.
Well, I think Little Folks was the name that for his one-panel cartoons before he did the strip, and I think that's why he wanted it. But I'd love to learn more. But the last time my friend went to the Scholl's Museum, they didn't think to invite me.
If you're talking about someone who's a member of the National Cartoonist Society,
shut up.
The members only.
Shut up. Stupid National Cartoonist Society.
You could become an ancillary member or something. That means you just pay a lot of money and you're not allowed to come to any of the things. No, I don't know. No, ancillary members can do all the other things. I don't know. I'm not sure what you have to do to be an ancillary member.
I think Andrew Farago is, because of all
because he writes books about it and stuff. He's not
he
actually a
has
cartoonist.
Andrew has
you can be a publisher or an editor or something, or you can be like a comic shop owner, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I would have to ask Joe Ferreira at Atlantis if he's in it. He should be.
I mean, when I first heard about it, it was from Greg Bader, who said he'd been in it, but he said he'd left it because he said it was just a sort of old boys club, and he didn't really think much about it. But then Andrew like became chapter chair, and he was very keen on reviving it, and he asked a lot of people to, like, if we were interested in joining, and he really wanted to get it going, so he was being very responsible for that. Well, and I thank him for that, and I have thanked him for that. He's a great guy, Andrew. And currently, by the way, there's Comic-Con. People at Comic-Con, they're sending Comic-Con at home commissions. I've already got a bunch of them, so I don't know if I'll get any more. But I said I'd only do 4 or 5. But
I think our pal Brent Anderson is doing some of them too.
Yeah, he might get, like, some people, like, they cost more because they actually did something like Batman or something, which he did. But then they get some quite famous people do them too, so that's nice. But I've definitely got 4. If you want to get one of mine, you have to get your name down, because I only said I'd do a few. I mean, otherwise they'll have you drawing all year.
Unfortunately, I spent all my money recently on other types of art. In the past, I have ordered things from makeup special effects artists, William Forsch, Forsche. He's acquired any number of life masks and of celebrities, and some he actually cast. For example, he did a life mask of Vincent Price for the movie Dead Heat. And he was selling these wonderful little busts made from a scan of a gorilla head sculpted by Rick Baker. And I bought that, and it's really nice. But William was working on a project, and I asked him, can you make a physical representation of this thing, like a print? And he said, yeah. And I forgot to get back to him, so he called me at 6 a.m.
Oh,
well, not called. He was texting me at 6 a.m. yesterday, reminding me, and I had to, like, stumble around in the dark without pants out of bed to find my credit card.
Okay.
I would tell you what I ordered.
Roll over and say, well, that's something for me to do later.
I put it off, and I had to do it. But William's awesome, and I'm really looking. I can't tell you what I ordered because your mind's just gonna freaking explode when you see it.
Is it the new Judge Dredd statue?
No, it's a surprise. But I am going to be getting a Vincent. The big thing isn't the Vincent Price stuff. It's something else, and hopefully our heads are going to explode when it comes. But
wait, are you going to tell me, or I have to wait?
No, you got to wait. It should.
My head will explode now because you've pumped it all full to it's full as it can get, and now I've got to hold on to it or it's going to be completely deflated like a shriveled balloon.
But look up William Forsch, Forsche.
Is the producer still here?
Look him up on.
I'm still here.
Can you look up this guy?
I'll tell you, it's weird to have a life mask.
Which guy? What's his name?
Let me see if I can find his website.
William Forsch.
Yeah. I don't. You see,
He's an artist.
I always contact him directly because he was.
Is he an artist?
Does he drive a Porsche?
He is a makeup special effects artist, and I'm trying to find where his.
I already found him.
Okay, he's on. It's Porsche Design on Etsy.
He has an Instagram too,
and he sells.
I'm showing on screen right now.
He sells life masks, and I'll tell you, amongst other things. But I'll tell you, a life mask of a person is much different than having a painting or a drawing. It's or even a sculpture. I'm really looking forward to getting this.
All right. Well, tell you what, Dale. In my will, I'm going to leave you a life mask of me.
Ooh, we should make one of you. We could do that one afternoon.
I can't think of anything more horrible. Here I am. Anyway, look. Here I am. That's my good side. Was that my good side?
A friend of mine, Jordan, at San Jose State, had a life mask, and they put the.
Don't forget my ball patch.
They put the plaster on them, and then the straws up the nose so he can breathe. But what they forgot to do was Vaseline his eyebrows. So when they took the mask off, it pulled all his eyebrows out. It was insanely painful, and he was walking around without eyebrows for a while.
Well, we don't want that to happen.
Well,
right, well, it's very nearly the end of the show. In fact, it is the end of the show now. So I'm going to show my drawing. Can we show my drawing? Where's my drawing?
Yay!
Oh, okay. So we're working at cross purposes. There we go. Oh, wait, you can't see the words. Hang on. It says, "We are the robots. We will fuck you, and we will fuck you up."
Lovely. Lovely. That's lovely.
Sorry about the F word, but it seemed funnier with the F word. So that's the evolution of the robots. So actually, I guess that's supposed to be the Fantastic Four robot. Supposed to be from when is that? The 1950s or the early 60s?
I don't know when this new movie is set. I think it's late.
It's supposed to be in a different dimension where the Fantastic Four and Reed Richards have progressed science way farther than it should be in the 60s, but it is the 60s.
Yeah, they're sort of in the 60s. So the 60s, so that's good. So we've got 60s robot, an 80s robot, and
a 2025
robot.
Well, I gotta see it because it's a movie, and we didn't even get to my opinion on Superman.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well, what was your opinion?
Well, yeah, we're at the end of the show here, but we can close it out with Dale's opinions on Superman.
It sucked.
We'll close out the show with Dale's opinion on Superman.
You said it sucked?
It sucked.
Why do you think it sucked?
Did you not like the entertaining jokes, the colourful action, the fact that it was designed for a new generation of kids to get into Superman who might only be 12 years old?
Okay. It seemed cheap. Now, there's all this political stuff about the movie going on, and I disagree with all of it. I mean, it was fun. It was uplifting. They kind of showed a new side to Superman, and they introduced some new characters. But I've watched a lot of Superman movies and a lot of Superman TV.
Yeah. But you're not 12, are you?
Yeah, and I'm not the target audience.
No, the target audience is 12.
But I'll tell you, remember how the movie ends and then the credits roll, then there's a tag, and then there's another tag?
No, we only saw this first tag. We didn't stay for the other one.
All right. The first tag, I was almost in tears from the first tag. That was worth the ticket price alone.
What? Just Superman and Krypto?
Don't say it. Don't spoil it. But yeah, that one scene, that was worth it to me. I thought the best part of the movie was the dog.
The CGI AI dog.
Yeah, but I'm the wrong target for these movies anymore. So kids.
I think a lot of people thought the dog was the best thing.
Yeah.
Or Lex Luthor.
Oh God, I hate that actor.
You don't like Nicholas Hoult from About a Boy? You didn't think he was fantastic as Lex Luthor?
No, he was great as the Beast in the X-Men.
What? That's like his worst role.
No, he was good in that. And then
what about in Mad Max?
He was completely horrible in The Menu, and I'm glad they killed him.
He was great in The Menu.
Or they hung himself.
He was perfectly horrible in The Menu. He was supposed to be great. Horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, he was supposed to be horrible.
No,
he's sort of like he's sort of nice, but he's horrible.
I've told you what I think. But go see Superman. I mean, what it is a summer popcorn movie, and it succeeds as a summer popcorn.
Okay, movie. Yeah, it didn't have naked Eli Wallach in a cauldron. All right.
If you're an old nerd who has watched Superman from the 1950s, George Reeves, through all the different incarnations, you're never going to like any of these movies. So
now I'm looking at you again. That's good.
Yeah, if you're incredibly old, don't go see it. Or go see it so you have something to complain about. That's the thing is, when you're old, you want to go see movies so you can complain about them.
Well, I thought it was a great Superman movie, and it made me want to go back and watch original Superman with George Reeves again, and my Fleischer animated cartoons again.
That's right.
If I had a big stack of old Superman comics, I'd probably want to go and read them again too.
I do want to reread. I do want to re-see the George Reeves ones. I don't know if they're streaming anywhere.
I mean, I remember like the beginning. I remember like what I said this. I remember definitely getting into them. You're sort of like always sort of good at Superman, but it's sort of real Superman, like the other Superman shows. I guess the Lewis and Clark that they did as well. Those Lewis and Clark shows. They're basically there's a format for a show there.
The problem with those shows. Okay, so when I was a kid, I was reading Larry Niven. And Larry Niven wrote a famous article about Superman and his sex life called Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex. And you can find it out there. In fact, it's been adapted into comic form. I think Penthouse did it. But you can't look at Superman and Lois the same way ever again after reading that story. Larry Niven ruined Superman for me.
Now, what did you think about Lois Lane? I thought she was a good Lois Lane. I thought he was a good Jimmy Olsen. I like Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen.
Well, Lex Luthor was terribly cast.
No, you're in the minority there, I think.
Yeah, but I'm.
He was way better than Gene Hackman. He was way better than Kevin Spacey. Those were both terrible Lex Luthors.
You know who was a good Lex Luthor? What was the name of the actor who was in the Batman?
All right, it is 12:10, and I know you're not about to say Jesse fucking Eisenberg was a good Lex Luthor. Dude, you have terrible movie opinions. What are you talking about? That is such a bad opinion.
I think he was really good.
I think that was an attempt at making literally that was a terrible attempt at making a tech bro Lex Luthor, and this was a great tech bro Lex Luthor. Like, that's crazy.
He wasn't a good Lex Luthor either. Yeah, no. I mean, I like that they were trying. I didn't mind the direction they were going, but Hoult really nailed it.
It's like that's literally one example, the bad example of tech bro Lex Luthor, and then the good example of tech bro Lex Luthor.
The best thing that he did that made me know he was a super when he started massaging his workers. he came up behind. I had a guy that did that. I was working in this little office.
We all have
direct mail, and he came up and he would like massive.
It's called the manager touch.
You've got a super villain.
If you're,
all right. Anyway, it is 12:11. We should probably end the show.
All right, I'm giving you all a virtual shoulder rub, whether you want it or not.
I do not want a shoulder rub from you.
No, you're getting it now. This is a virtual shoulder rub. All right, everybody, there you go. Just enjoy that. Thank you for working.
Thank you for watching Urfspace Live.
Here's a theme song for Chuck Whelan Showy. He asked me to write one, but I stole from David Bowie. Here's a theme song. Chuck Whelan is the best. We have lots of hosts, but we're running out of gas. Will you be our guest on? Will you be our guest on? Beyond the Chuck Whelan Show.